right, guys. Coming in hot with the Christmas episode number 3. Tristan, where do we ask these 5 questions?
In my basement.
Yes, I love it. All right, guys. So we are here with Unexpected Results, correct? That's the name?
Yeah, absolutely.
So could you guys start off by introducing sort of how this whole group came about?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, AKA Unexpected Results Improv. That's one thing you can call us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, should we introduce ourselves first individually?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm Mayort Sitrin.
Yeah, I'm Jonathan Morant.
I'm Liam Marshall.
And I'm Nick Taylor.
The group formed. It's had a bit of like a mixed history. It started
Some
as
evolution.
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes to the group since its formulation.
Yeah, in fact, first it was called Slightly Diverse before it was even Unexpected
And that
Results.
was founded by Nick and I back 4 or 5 years
Hell
ago.
yeah, man.
Why slightly diverse? Why that name?
Because we had a recruiter guy who actually spoke French.
Okay.
That's the joke we do say. But
Let's just say it wasn't for.
It wasn't for white
It
people.
wasn't for white.
That's like the first thing that I
yeah,
thought
at the
of.
beginning
Yeah.
it was not for white.
that's why we changed the name, is because we realized at a point
Yeah.
we were just 4 white guys.
There was nothing slightly diverse.
We were like, guys, we can't do
It was
this.
not appropriate.
So then we were like, oh, we should change it to something. And then we were like, what should we change it to? And then we changed it to the name of a Magic the Gathering card called Unexpected
Hey man,
Results.
that's a secret, man.
But
Is that a secret?
coincidentally, Unexpected Results is also a quote by Del Close, one of the most successful, famous improvisers.
No kidding.
And that was just an
That's
pure
perfect. That's
coincidence.
perfect. And I think the name is fantastic. Like it screams like excitement, especially when it comes to improv, right? Because it always is unexpected
know
results
what
because
you
you know
mean.
what's gonna happen.
I think it holds true to the form that we do.
It's
Yeah.
funny how
Yes.
how coincidentally we just stumbled upon a name that fits so well.
Yeah, it was pure coincidence. We just thought it sounded good.
Well, we had so many bad ones before. We were like, oh, show and tell. That's
Finally
that's
found
good.
that.
People like that one.
Show and tell, hey.
Full circle of
That was
improv.
bad.
That was bad.
That's bad.
Well, we started mostly because we were in like the first year University of Winnipeg improv. Like the group was all like
It was a club.
for the university. It was a club. Yeah, we were doing improv together, and it was like, well, we wanted to do something outside of like we had all done high school improv, so we wanted to like do some more shows. Like we wanted to like, produce our own stuff, and So
That's awesome.
started
So what is it that you guys do now? How often do you perform? Where do you perform?
Well, we perform these days at Wee Johnny's bar.
Yes.
Comedy bar.
The Irish pub, yeah.
We rehearse in Nick's basement, so we have that going.
Nice.
Similar.
So as far as like rehearsing, do you mean because like it's improv, right? So like
Right.
it's like practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are just like find a random.
It's like, yeah, we basically just like go through an entire show. Like
Yeah,
we run
pretty
through
much.
like what our show would look like. Like we like give ourselves a suggestion and then just like do like tell a whole story for like 45 minutes.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, essentially, like any kind of improv practice is going to be ideally what you would also do on stage, right? 'Cause
Right,
you're making
right.
it up on the spot.
You guys do
so-
45 minutes on stage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
usually
usually
around
how
that.
long our
Yeah,
our
just like
long
one story.
stories.
Yeah, that's like that's like people don't hear a lot about long form improv. but,
Yeah.
Like that's like people know like Whose Line Is It Anyway for like it's the games,
yeah.
fun
The
games like
short
5
form,
to 10 minutes
sporadic,
max.
That's what I always thought
Yeah.
improv was. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, there's two major like fields of improv where there's short form, and that's kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway? That's like high school league improv, and then there's long form, which is bigger stories, like sort of it would be like an improvised play,
Like
essentially.
more complex, so to
a
speak.
little more complex,
Yeah.
and then also just like you're gonna have a bit more of an emotional arc to it. You're gonna have
I think we make
more
it
complicated
a lot
story.
more like complex because like our whole thing with our group is that we don't just like do any story. Like every single show we have like a theme. So like we do Western shows, we do sci-fi shows, and like every single show we like advertise.
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
So like
So and all these shows are at Wee Johnny's, but you can just come in and say, okay, tonight's theme is sci-fi, tonight's theme is Western. Is that how it works?
like we have it a lot in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like a month or two before we like promote like we're doing like the
This
West
style of
sci-fi
show.
show.
You will usually figure out like a
Yeah, we'll
genre
decide
that we
something
wanna
that we want to do. ahead
No,
of time.
and no matter what somebody shouts out, you always make it sci-fi themed. You always make it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's the idea
point of
behind it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind of to take inspiration from the audience to like take something that they've given and turn it into a style that we've kind of like thought about before and prepared just a little bit, right? Like when we prepare an improv format, it's not that we know what the story is or that we know what's going to happen, but that we know like, oh, there's going to be certain elements involved,
Yeah.
certain themes and ideas that are going to show
Yeah,
up
that's-
in a
You try and hit
sci-fi
on
story.
like we did a mafia, and it was like you try and hit on like the power balance. Like
Yeah.
how do you have like someone who's in charge, like,
Yeah.
and they're like the big boss, you know?
As
So
yeah, as well as like the certain archetypes as well that you find in those stories,
Yeah.
right? So you do have those mob boss and the new guy, right? Or if you're doing like a buddy cop, right? You have the good cop and the bad
Right,
cop
right.
and the chief and those type of things.
yeah, and it's not like we're not trying to like plan the whole show out, but when we get our suggestion, like those are some things that we'll be thinking about to try and get that genre and like nail down like, oh, you're watching a mafia
Yeah.
Yeah.
improv, like
There's some good answers, guys. We're really making it seem
Yeah,
like
you
we
guys.
don't memorize
We haven't
the
even started the
script.
questions yet.
Yeah, we don't.
We haven't even started the
It
questions.
seem like we don't memorize the script before we go on stage.
Yeah.
This is great.
Okay, that was awesome. So we're gonna head into the first question here.
Sweet.
So as a team, what is your guys' best memory since you guys have been a team?
oh,
I was like looking at your little sign with the 5 questions, and I thought it was just gonna say best meme, and I'm like, oh man. It's like
I mean-
Garfield
well,
one.
I probably would have added the E.
yeah,
Boy, lasagna.
Yeah. There's tons of it.
And see, it actually would have been weirder if they put the E there if it was memory, because then you're like, well, hold on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of memories to choose from.
Oh man,
Yeah, there's a lot.
I've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
I like honestly, Fringe this year was
Yeah.
huge for
That
me.
was a peak.
It was like 8 shows in 10 days, and I don't know, it was some of the most fun we've had,
One of
or at least for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. One of my most favorite memories is when we all drove to the
Regina.
Regina Improv Festival, and there was the 4 of us just stuck in a car for
Mhm.
how long? 2 hours.
Yeah. Like it really started well. We were like,
Yes.
oh my god, let's like talk and have conversation.
And then we put on a playlist, or a podcast.
We put on a podcast, and they were like, "Oh, we're listening to this podcast now." And then every once in a while, we try to start a conversation, and then Nick would be like, "No, no, 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 no."
Podcast.
I was
There's
just
a
awake.
horn now.
It was a slide whistle.
Well,
The slide
there was
whistle.
both actually.
Oh my God.
It's a
Thi-
really
this
annoying
was for a trip to Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a,
Yeah, there's a,
it's like like a 6-hour drive from Winnipeg.
Something like that.
Something like
Yeah.
that. We stopped at a Smitty's at one point. So
Okay,
it
6.5.
It's fine.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
So yeah, it was for like the University of Regina Improv Festival, and so we were joining like the U of W as our own like separate group, and
So do any of you guys go to school? Or did you guys go to school?
Yeah, we all went to U of W, and these 3 still do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I graduated in April, but we all were a part of the University of Winnipeg Improv Group.
And that's when you guys went to
Together.
the Regina thing.
Yeah. Last
Oh,
year.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cuz
Well,
like
we like the cool thing about improv. I'd say like one of my greatest memories was like the stuff outside of like just actually improvising.
Yeah.
Like we've gone a lot of great places in Canada.
oh yeah,
Like,
it just
not
like
to-
the
not to
travel
brag.
you get to do with like the people you meet. So
Oh yeah. Like,
Yeah.
the extra stuff that's
oh, yeah,
not
we
the
got
actual
Regina,
improv.
Edmonton,
Ottawa.
Ottawa.
I've made some really close friends that like I know in Edmonton and in Vancouver and in Regina and places all over the world.
Oh,
Not
that's
the world,
awesome.
Canada.
yeah. All,
Well, Canada's most
well,
of it.
there was those people from Seattle.
Yeah, some people from the States.
Technically, it's international.
Yeah.
And yeah, and like
That sounds cool.
you do some improv with some people that you meet there, and you make some real friends that like then you like
And you
know.
collaborate too, right?
It's,
collaborate
it's,
with them.
it's a certain type of like instant connection because you know immediately what someone has, like you have that thing that you can relate to.
Yeah.
First of all, you guys have improv to relate to right away too. But I would imagine the people you're meeting, the improv, the other improv people, like they're very open, just like you guys. They're very outgoing. I bet you conversations just flow easily. Am I correct?
Yeah,
For
I
the
think that
most
there's often like you have that one thing to connect with, and then from there it's really easy to build these like friendships because when you're performing with someone, I find at least you often like develop a trust with that person on
Oh, yeah.
stage, and when you've performed with someone, it's a lot easier to have that closeness with them because like you're already like showing yourself to these
The great
people.
thing about improvisers talking to each other is you can just talk through bits.
Yeah, you make
Like,
riffs
this-
with each other.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to parties though, it gets a little bit weirder because at the end of like improv festivals, usually there will be like a party. But it's always people just trying to get attention.
Yeah, yeah.
So you'll have like 4 different people
Just
trying to
yelling,
like
yeah.
just
Yeah, just one up each other
Trying to
all the
one-up each
time.
other
They
on
try to
jokes.
come up with the funniest joke.
Oh
they
yeah.
can. And like,
But nobody else is paying attention.
Yeah,
because
no one
they're
else
all
cares.
working
Everyone's
together.
just in a corner talking about
They
their
want your
favorite Rick and
joke.
Morty joke, and then you're like, I don't care. It's
and then you're like, I'm just trying to hang out at this party,
Conversation.
and then it gets a little bit out of hand.
Is there like a bit of ego when it comes to improv, like who's gonna get the most attention type thing?
Yeah.
There's underlying tones for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's
actually talk about it, but
Well, there's
it
like
does.
Fair.
You know what? There's certainly different players. Like there's different types of improvisers. Some people are definitely more like, oh, I'll just like support and like I'll make you funny, and then some people are like, nah, I'm the funny one.
Yeah, some people like
The
some people
LeBron
do.
James.
Yeah. LeBron James,
LeBron James.
of improv. Improv was a team.
Mayor once called himself the LeBron James of our team.
Yeah.
But that's not to insult. You can be the
That's a pretty big statement.
It's
Well,
certainly-
I'm a pretty big player. That's listen.
We haven't let him live
Here's
it
the
down.
thing.
No.
Here's the thing. I've never seen a whole party turn on one person.
I remember I stepped into a party and said I'm kind of like the LeBron James of all improv, and then everyone just said in unison, no. Stop.
This was after one of our shows. Like,
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
at a party right
I was like,
after
guys,
one of
I
our
killed
shows.
it. You guys are funny too. And then you guys are like, I don't.
Yeah.
So
No.
this may be a great segue into question number 2 for who are your guys' idols, but who is the LeBron James of improv?
Yes. So, like I was saying earlier,
He's all right.
It's Mayor.
I listen.
I'm my own.
Okay,
I'm not saying
aside
I was
from
here
you,
right away.
who is the original LeBron James? We'll do that.
Like as far as
Probably
our
LeBron
influences.
James.
You'll be. What was that?
Probably
We get-
LeBron James.
I like your L.
Yeah, LeBron James was the LeBron James of improv.
Yes.
What's
You
his
two
work
look
ethic?
Little known fact, he has an improv troupe called the
Lakers.
Are you wondering why they're not doing so good in their league? It's
Yeah.
because all their time
Yeah,
isn't
they're
at basketball
focused on-
practice.
Oh, they're practicing.
It's in
That's
LeBron
why.
James' basement. That's what they're
That's
doing.
it. That's it. They all support him very, very well.
Oh wow.
On a serious note, I'm talking about idols for improv, like who inspired us.
Yes.
Probably Whose Line is it anyways?
Yeah,
I feel like that's...
Is that like the holy grail of improv? Because that's the one I've heard of the most, and I haven't
Yeah,
spent
it's,
too much
I don't
time.
think it's necessarily the like best, most perfect example of improv.
I think
just
it's
the
the one that's
biggest.
gotten the most spotlight.
Yeah, and it's the
right?
one that like introduced people.
It's
to
certainly
improv
more
that
accessible.
don't know it.
Right.
Right?
It's-
Yes.
It's certainly more, I would say, accessible than our own shows.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, I can understand someone playing pretend for like 5 minutes. I guess it's more than that. Obviously, we know that. But like seeing them do that so well and make the jokes so quickly is it's something that yeah.
Well, like I think Whose Line is anyways, like that show specifically was like someone that gets like everybody into improv. Like that's what gets people like that's what the first like people first find out about it.
Yeah.
And then like for me it was really big because like so like we were talking earlier the Canadian Improv Games, like there's like these leagues for high school and that's like a great way to train improvisers. For me, like that show is pretty much the only reason I got into the improv team because I remember in Vincent Massey, the school I went to, we had like the auditions for the improv team, and at the time it was only grade 11 and 12s and grade 10s weren't allowed to be in it, but I was in the grade 10 class and we had this assignment. We were supposed to like work on a character and develop like a monologue and character tics and like perform it like a one-man little 2-3 minute monologue. So for me, I was like, I didn't do it because I don't know, I was watching YouTube too much. So I was like, oh no, it's the day to present, so I need to think of something. So I watched Whose Lines anyways, and then I watched Wayne Brady do this bit about this Girl Scout cookie girl.
Okay.
Girl guy cookie girl.
Like it was like going
That
up to
was-
the door.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
possessed by Satan. So I'm like, well, that's funny. I'll do that. And then I did that for 3 minutes.
Just
Stole it.
I stole it. And then the drama teacher was like, oh my god, LeBron James.
completely.
So Mayor's only famous because of plagiarism. Is
Yeah,
that
no,
what I'm
I've never had an original thought.
Everything's broken.
So we just had a quick exchange there. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
That was like a NASCAR change up there, changing the tires. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like there's also some really cool people doing work right now, not necessarily here, but like actors and comedians that like got their start doing improv and like from UCB, Second City that like are doing shit now that like if you go find their improv performance are just like the funniest people you can watch.
like,
You can find some stuff on YouTube and it's like
Tina Poehler.
Tina Fey, Amy Poehler,
Yeah.
Keegan Michael Key.
Yes.
The guy that sits next to Conan.
Even Steve Carell started.
What's his name? Andy Serkis?
Andy Richter.
Andy Richter.
Do you guys find that awkward that like he's just kind of like sitting on the couch? It always just seems kind of like unnatural. He's just like always like
some of those guys like the psychics that actually contribute and he
Yeah.
just sits there. They,
yeah.
Everyone's sort of like, that's funny.
Like, forget that there's another guy on this show. It's not just Conan. You're like, oh, wow.
Oh right,
Who's
he's here.
that? Yeah.
But yeah, like there's some really cool people that you don't you see them in scripted things and comedy and doing their own
And
thing,
TV
but they're
shows, too.
TV shows, but they're actually like doing a lot of really really cool improv, and improv's their start kind of thing, and that's what
Is that how it is for most actors, actresses? Is that they start in improv?
Often comedic actors do start in improv. Not all of them. Like it's not all of them, but
It's
like
a
a
common-
lot of them do.
Comedic actors.
Comedic actors,
For
yeah.
sure.
Sometimes dramatic too. Will like not
Oh,
as
yeah.
often, but we'll start an improv, and that's where they kind of build their skill set. In a lot
No
of
kidding.
ways.
And either way, I'd imagine that any actor could do improv pretty well, even if they didn't start.
I
off.
think anybody can.
Anybody
do
can
improv,
do
yeah,
improv.
but very
It just
well.
takes a while to build up those skills.
Yeah, it's a different.
too.
If you start in just acting and then try to do improv, it's different. I've seen some, and like not to insult them, they've got their own skills, but like just being an actor and then trying to do some improv,
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't go well.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes
It's kind of a different mindset.
it's a different mindset.
It's a very different mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that improv is a really, really good base skill to get into any other kind of performing or comedy.
And a lot of people like will do improv and then go into like film after, but like people can just stay doing improv.
Yeah, they
Like,
keep doing improv.
Yeah,
Obviously,
you,
it's
you can go back to
smaller
it and
scale,
like,
but-
keep performing, and it's like it's a good way to hone those skills.
Yeah.
That's the answer. Okay.
That
was it.
I,
Yeah.
I could keep talking and just like list.
Actually,
You know what? Can we just
This
list
is-
funny our top
Just
five?
really
So this is actually a question that's off the board, but it's something I just thought of and I'm super curious about.
Those 6 questions.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Five and
only
a half.
signed the contract. You know what? Let's get Mike, our
have to drop
lawyer,
that
in
last
here.
one.
This is pretty.
I'll fix up the details after with that.
Yeah.
But
Just give us more.
my oh yeah, you have unlimited gummies if you have to answer this
Tell you
question.
what, we'll make it 7 questions if you just top off this bullshit sitting in front of us.
Well, it doesn't take much. Anyways, so
It really doesn't take much. Leave me and I'll do whatever.
okay, so the question that I'm trying to say is so to do improv from someone who isn't too experienced with it, it seems like you have to be super comfortable with yourself, like obviously in front of an audience, you know, saying weird stuff, you know, being a little bit weird. It seems to me you have to be super comfortable with yourself and with everybody around you. So like, did you guys ever face a time where you were kind of insecure about yourself and you had to like get out of your comfort zone to like really get on stage?
And then we turn the mic to Nick. Please continue.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I definitely feel nervous on stage.
Ladies and
I'm excited to hear this.
And the background of that is that when I was in high school doing improv with Liam and Mayor,
not John, sorry. You.
so unfortunately John went to another school and he missed out on a great experience, which was I almost got kicked off the team.
Really?
Nick, you're not
Yeah.
cutting it.
Like it was funny because Liam was the captain of the team at the time.
and then he was like, Nick, you need
Can
to
I
go.
tell this story?
Yeah, for sure.
That sort of happened to me.
Let me tell Nick's story for you guys.
Yeah, what happened was I like I don't know. I wasn't doing well. Like I had a hard time like getting out and like actually like stepping up on stage and like doing like anything really. So before one of our like exhibition shows in like my grade 12 year, Liam, who's the captain, like came up to me in the hall before I went into the drama room like for the, and he's like, hey man, look, like Margot is saying she wants to take you off the team, like she wants to like cut you, and I was like, oh what?
Jesus.
And then like he's like, yeah man, she's like
I said, step your game up. Really.
Step my game up.
It was that the moment that you like
Well, it's the moment. So, like I went and that show happened, and like I went up a lot more in that show, but I kind of went back. I kind of fell back into like being really awkward on stage afterwards, and it didn't. I mean, it got better. Like obviously, that was the point where I went, yeah, I gotta be here. I gotta actually like be present in this.
But I think it's when you stop caring about like being good and just being on stage. You're just like, I just want to.
And you know what? I'll tell you what. After that, I've never tried to be good again.
That is why you are great.
yes.
Yeah,
That's what people try.
Because you don't care, you just do it.
Well, it's like that improv thing where it's like just shut off your brain and don't think, just do.
It really speaks to me.
And I think it is an important lesson. Like as much as we have fun and make each other laugh on stage, it's an important lesson in improv that I have really appreciated. Is like you're not there specifically to be funny. Like you're not trying to be the funniest person. You're not trying to come up with the funniest thing to say, because if you were, you'd maybe just do stand up or something.
Yeah.
You could go right in this comedy and that would be an easier, safer way to be funny.
Yeah, like this, the story gets lost if you're just trying to make jokes. Like
Exactly.
it ends. It's the idea of like saying yes and as opposed to just saying yes. Because if you're just making a joke or you're trying to make jokes, you're just saying yes. You're like agreeing to something someone said, maybe making a joke or whatever. But then, like going further is like continuing the story.
Yeah, and I think that the comedy in improv often comes from just finding it naturally and not forcing things and being honest and having fun with each other.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, we're trying to be funny. We're not saying that we're not trying to be funny, but it's not so much about just how can I be the funniest, most confident, how can I be the cleverest.
So
person on stage.
you would almost say that's a downfall.
I think it is. I think it's
Yeah.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If you're going on stage trying to out laugh and out humor everyone on stage, it'll show.
Oh, no kidding. And would that like cause a little bit of friction with you and the team on stage?
Exactly, because the way I like to look at improv is it's almost like you're playing like a hockey game or something like that.
Okay.
You are with your team, and the audience is kind of like your other team, but you're going with them. Like
Okay.
you're playing together.
Yeah, like
Oh,
you
I
need
gotcha.
the other team there to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I think like in my experience, the people that are the loudest, that don't listen to each other, that are just trying to get their jokes out as much as possible, aren't the people I like improvising with.
Yeah, no, the people that try to be funny are just the worst.
They're,
But then also, that being said, if we're turning this into a hockey metaphor, can I be Sidney Crosby?
Yes.
Man,
It's
you
funny, actually, Sidney Crosby is on improv team.
That's why the Penguins are doing so bad this year.
They're practicing with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Two-man show.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay, all right, moving on to question number 3. So we have go-to up there, and it was interesting because like I was curious like what your go-to is, if you had to choose, but then also what's like a common one that you guys usually get as a team when you ask, you know, what do we do?
Are you saying like go-to bits? Like what do we usually
Yes,
do?
what are your
Try to make
favorites?
a laugh?
Yes, there we go.
Oh,
7
okay.
questions.
So 7 more questions.
Yes.
He's on the table.
I know for me something I really like doing is an Australian accent, and these guys know it because it gets real out of hand.
Can we hear it?
He's actually been doing an Australian accent this entire podcast. That's how subtle and good it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I gotta get a phrase to get into it. It's
Can you-
water down by the river. Oh, mate, how you going? Give me something to talk about here, mate.
Can you talk about the gummies?
Right, these are some good gummies here. Oh, yeah, right, nice and soft there.
See, now, how could that not make an entire room
And-
erupt into laugh?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And that goes to the trying to be funny thing where I like doing the Australian accent, but
Is it necessary?
it certainly doesn't have to happen.
You know,
So-
I always wonder why we're all playing normal like Canadian characters, and then Nick comes up and he's like, "All right."
He's like the odd man out.
We like start the scene by saying we're in Winnipeg, and then Nick's like, "Got it. All right." Golden igloo.
I mean, I guess. I guess there's.
You know, as we so often do in Winnipeg.
Yeah, as we did you guys see that it was like the Price is Right show that
Oh, wait,
that
they
gave
were like,
that
you
there,
have-
there was a giveaway. You've won a free trip to Winnipeg, Manitoba.
You get to
And
stay in the Fort Garry Hotel.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like you're overselling Winnipeg a bit, but the thing that surprised me the most, they showed a bunch of polar bears. And they were like, travel to Winnipeg so you can see the polar bears.
And they made it look like they were just walking around.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
go to 7-Eleven, you might.
You might walk into a polar bear. Yeah,
That is dishonest.
yeah, that's insane.
Are they not going to Churchill? Like if they're going to Churchill, that
If they're
makes
going to
sense.
church.
At Churchill for sure,
But they're
but they were
just
talking about
going
like the
Winnipeg.
Fort Garry
Who's
Hotel.
Who's the host of that show? He's also the improviser.
I
Drew
can't-
Carey.
Oh, is it Drew Carey?
It was
It
Drew
is
Carey.
now, yeah,
So
yeah.
now we're bringing it back to improv. Look at that.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a full circle.
Full
It's a
circle
full
improv.
circle. Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay, so question number 4, you guys. High school, and this is a super.
Wait, did we do go to?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. You guys had to go to. Yeah.
Wow, high school and go to.
Yeah.
Leading the team here.
All right,
So
Nick, we're
I
gonna
know
start
that
out.
the you 3 met in high school, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so doing improv, sort of, what was your experience like in high school? This is an issue I'm super passionate about because I've kind of noticed how people can change from high school to university and how, you know, life gets more chill, so to speak, after high school because there's not as much drama. You don't have to see all the same people every day. You can kind of just choose who you want to hang out with and be yourself. That's my 2 cents. So what was your guys' opinion on high school?
We had a mixed bag in my grade 12 year of high school, where there was a lot of dynamics within our improv group.
Okay.
which I think it taught me how to improvise with people I don't necessarily like to improvise with, and as well as how to improvise with people that I love to improvise with, right? So it kind of shows just how fluid the art form can be.
Are you talking about like high school just in general?
I'm talking about I'm not talking sorry I should have been more specific. I'm actually not talking about improv.
Oh,
Just high school.
Just like high school. Yes.
Well, it was a terrible experience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like the improv is off. I kind of forgot honestly a lot about my like high school experience. Like there wasn't really anything like super like
Nothing noteworthy. I mean, if you guys were friends, like, you had a good solid circle, you know.
Well, we were friends in high school. I loved high school.
Oh, yeah?
I had so much fun.
I don't know. I had high school was fine for me. It was like a decent experience, and I got by, and it was some terrible stuff and some good stuff happened. It was kind of like just like pretty average experience, but like it is interesting for me in the like circles and the friends that I have now, because like even in this group is a good example of like there's 3 people here. They went to high school together. They've known each other for a really long time. They've been friends, and that's like great. That's very good. Like I'm not saying that you guys are idiots or something.
Well,
but, like,
except for in between. Under your breath, you said idiots.
But like, you guys hang out and you've known each other. I have a lot of friends that went to Calvin High School together. I know there's other people that went to Massey together. I have tons of people that have known each other for a long time or have these circles. I don't talk to anybody that I went to high school with. Like I just don't. My closest friend from high school moved to Toronto like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah.
And she was in the group too.
She was also-
Do you guys stay in touch? Is that
Yeah, like we talk still, but like I don't see her very often or anything, right? And
Okay.
then, like she's basically the one person that I still talk to from high school. So it's interesting because like I very much am like I'm past those people and like I mean they're fine people. There's nothing wrong with them.
right?
I grew out of them.
Sure,
right?
sure.
And I don't have those contacts anymore. So it is interesting. It's very much like a past thing. I don't have any anchor to high school anymore.
I think my favorite memory of high school was skipping 32 grade 11 history classes.
Wow.
Oh,
That
too many.
That's a lot.
That's
Was,
a lot.
was that a McDowell class by chance?
Oh, is that the lady that was really into
No,
No,
I-
that's
I-
Slavinsky.
No, Slavinsky. Oh my god. And I remember I'd like walk in and she'd be like, "Oh, Mary, you're here today," and then I'm like, "Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see how the class goes.
I might go to the bathroom."
John, I'm about as lost as you are. I don't.
There's like
I don't know who that teacher is.
Okay, thank you.
I went to Massey.
But did you?
Well,
What year did you guys graduate from Massey? Because we also all went to Massey. Summer.
They
school.
John.
Well,
John, how do you feel?
they went. They graduated 2014, and Mayor was
Speaking for us.
2015.
Yes.
John knows. He's got it.
Yeah. Well, because I know we were the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
graduated
Fair
from a
enough, fair
different
enough.
That's
school.
right. I'm the youngest
Point made.
one.
Gotcha. That means me and you would have been at Massey at the same time.
What?
Yeah. But I would have been in grade 10. I didn't talk to too many people in grade 10.
Yeah.
So that could be why.
And I would have been in grade 12.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah,
And I wasn't in
we talked
improv.
into those.
As we all know, grade 10s and grade 12s do not talk.
No.
Hardly.
physically,
Yeah.
No.
That would just be
This is
insane.
part of
In
the
fact,
hierarchy.
I did not realize you were in grade 10 when I was in grade 12, so we're going to have to cut this interview.
Yeah. What if I gave you more gummies?
Okay, I'll stay.
Yeah.
Give me more gummies, fine.
Okay, so moving on to the 5th and final question. What does the future look like for you guys? Where do you guys see yourself in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years?
Good question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm breaking up with you.
Liam, no. Well, not before I break up. That's...
You did do it first.
You're right. So what we're saying is we're breaking up. So this podcast is actually to officially announce,
Final day of-
and we're all going to start our solo improv groups, just ourselves.
Well, I'm gonna join LeBron James and the Lakers.
So that's me. So me and Liam are doing improv together. We're sorry.
Would solo improv just be like stand up, or is that a different thing?
Well, you like improvise.
But
So yes,
Monologues. I guess it's stand up.
Yeah.
Improvise it.
Huh.
Okay.
Anyway.
So we're joining
to
us.
actually answer the question.
There's always like a huge running joke before the question actually gets answered.
First, so did
It's the only way to engage
So
with.
Yeah.
what's going on for our future? In the short term, I guess we have a couple shows coming up,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right?
This is the part where we
Give
plug.
him a shout out. Yeah, I want to. If anyone's watching, yeah.
Well, so we made it into Fringe again for this coming year,
Yeah.
Nice.
2019.
I should say this episode's being aired Christmas week.
Nice.
Oh.
That's why I got the Santa hat on.
I don't
Yeah.
think we have any shows.
Not between now and
No.
Christmas.
Okay, so yeah. Tell everyone watching about the shows that you guys got going on after.
Yeah, like the next most like closest show upcoming is in February.
Yeah.
At the February Oh god, 28th, I think. But follow our Instagram.
Well, yeah, please follow us on Instagram.
What is it?
At Unexpected Results Improv.
Yeah. And then we did get into Fringe, which is very, very exciting.
We are also doing a big gas station theater show on May 18th.
Yeah.
That is a confirmed date.
Yes, at the gas station art center in Oxford.
Yeah. Now, we repeat, that is a theater, not your local gas station.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying.
We're not a Domo. We're in Osborne.
It is also not a bar, so people under the age of 18 can come to this show.
But
there
with
also
that being
is
said,
a bar.
there is a bar.
There also is a bar.
And you can buy alcohol if you're over 18.
And it'll make us funnier.
Yeah.
We're going to be super drunk.
We'll probably be at Domo.
Yeah, that's short term right now because
Yes.
that is that's some shows we're gearing up for the May 18th.
Yeah, tell me about 5 years. That's what I'm.
5 years from now.
Yes.
Ooh. As I'm exiting my floating car, I will look at John.
Okay.
I put my rocket pack on.
Well, I still want to be
Blast off.
doing improv with you guys because I like you guys a lot. And I make what?
I'm breaking up with you.
That's fine. We have to go.
Ruthless.
Yeah, we hope to do improv. We hope to travel more around Canada. We're already doing that quite a bit, I'd say. But hopefully we have a lot more travel opportunities, Toronto, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we're very in an interesting spot because
We are.
I mean, John's graduated. This is my last year.
I'm
We're all
probably
kind of entering beginning to
Probably take a few more
entering
years.
our careers. But I think
What?
doing improv casually on the side, even if it's just like a weekend show here and there, I think is something we can still do and get
Yeah.
together.
Well, we could, depending on, each year, I think we're growing a bigger audience and we're getting funnier and.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I don't see a problem
it is about transitioning right
Yes.
now. And it is very much what are we doing a year? What are
we can do
Because we don't know. We are figuring that out with what our lives look like as we enter post-university. Because this is my first year not being in school since I've been alive.
And John is
basically.
killing it right now.
John is doing
If any of you are I don't know about John is just.
What are you up to, John?
He's killing people. Absolutely.
Assassin.
John, you are surrounded outside.
Help us.
He's killing it, and when we say it, it's people.
Yeah, I am. I went.
Yeah, so I don't see anything wrong with that.
It's a profession.
Yeah, I do. I went to school for theater and film. I got a degree in playwriting. I am currently stage managing a play called Women of the Fur Trade.
Okay.
As part of my job with Vault Projects, a very, very wonderful independent local theater company. So that's been going on all week. I am part of the sketch comedy group Family Dinner.
Who are also very
funny.
We've got an anniversary show, February 1st, also at the Gas Station Arts Center.
That's Domo. Please.
Get your tickets from my Instagram, John Dying. It's just it's
That's
really
what
cool.
the people say as you're killing
As
them.
I'm
John,
killing
John.
I'm dying.
That's a perfect name.
Yeah, it's just it's cool because it's starting to I'm very much improv for me is the thing that is kind of the anchor of what I want to be doing professionally. It's not just a hobby. I don't think it's really just a hobby for us
No.
at all either.
I think we are very professional.
It is very important to all of us, and that is something that I want to be doing improv and comedy and performance and all of that stuff professionally for my career. And so this group is part of that for me, and 5 years from now I want to be doing it more. I
Yes.
want to be better at it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's still the places to be performing, I think we're gonna find them, and we're gonna keep seeking out doing shows. I honestly see 5 years from now us doing shows at least once a month, if not more. It's something that I don't know where I'm gonna be then. Maybe I'll have an actual real job, or
I'll have a dog.
and I'll have a dog, and we'll bring that dog on stage.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I just hope that this is one of the things that I'm still doing.
Now, 10 years from now, February 13th, please come and join us as
Oh my God.
LeBron James and Sidney Crosby will actually be joining us.
Actually join us on stage.
That is, and we will also be playing the respected sport with them. It's
At the same
part
time.
of our
It's basketball
tour.
on ice.
Is this at the Staples Center or is it at?
No, it's at Domo.
Domo.
It's at Domo.
It's always at
Right.
Domo.
It's a domo. Everything's a domo. Very cheap.
Fair enough. Well, that is you had something else to say.
No, that was a laugh.
That was it. Oh. you always look like you're ready to say a joke. Well, that
Knock knock.
Oh.
Who's there?
What?
Oh, no. You didn't have anything.
I didn't order anything.
Yeah.
Leave.
You didn't expect you to actually pick up on that.
I should know. Yeah.
That was an unexpected result right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unexpected result. Improv. That's the Instagram handle, correct?
Yeah.
Tristan, can we put the handle right on the screen?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Here it is on the screen.
There it is. Right here.
Look, I did it.
Right there. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, follow them. Keep in contact with them. Figure out when their shows are, because I had a great conversation with you guys. And I can only imagine how fun you guys are on stage as well.
Like funnier.
At least a little funny.
At least a little.
At least.
Maybe a
Maybe a bit more.
Okay, so
Slightly-
serious
slight-
drama. We're gonna be talking.
Then 5 years from now, we're going to be doing
Improvised drama.
Improvise.
Yeah, we're actually just gonna be
Hey,
retelling.
no.
Yeah,
No.
John,
You can't.
how many
prove
are in your
anything.
trunk right now? That's we don't need to talk.
Oh
about it.
shit. Yeah. Is it dark improv? Is that 5 years
That's
from
the
now?
next one.
That's the.
Improv in his trunk.
Which is that?
I don't-
Just
Yeah.
Hey guys, come out. Yeah, we should have sponsorship for Noah.
We should. Yeah. We
You know,
mentioned
after
it.
this, please can we show this to Domo?
Yeah.
There's.
I hope they don't mind
We
burgers.
can show
Holy cow.
How about that?
Wow. Domo, hey? Okay, well,
Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
okay, well, thank you guys so much for coming on. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Good, I'm glad. Well, this is the Christmas episode, you guys. Thank you for watching as always, and we will see you next time.
Merry Christmas.
Peace. Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever you do.
Whatever you do,
There we go.
happy holidays.
Thank you.